Here's the problem with Darwinian evolution. We have yet to discover transitional forms. You know, somewhere in the middle where once you can see the development of a species changing into another species. Everything has genetic boundaries. It's fixed. Cats can't turn into dogs and dogs can't turn into cats. And there is no dog-cat, you know, one half cat, one half dog. Each kind has to mate with its own kind. As far as I know, there's no crossbreds, no crossbreeds. So there are boundaries, there's limitations to what our DNA can produce, what the seed of man can produce, as far as it can only produce other human beings. You know, just different shapes, different sizes, different colors. You know, different other features like that, but nothing substantially different. As far as you don't get two different kinds of. You don't get a human being that's one day if something comes out other than a human being out of mom's womb. You know, a pig can't come out of a human being. There's the genetic information already dictates what the offspring's going to be. So it's a blueprint, you know, for a model airplane or for building a car. It's a manual. It's an instructional manual for how it's going to look, how it's going to act, how it's going to think. It's already pre-programmed in the genetic code. So, but who wrote the program for it? Who initiated the software? Who wrote it? Who wrote the plans? Who mapped it out? Was it aliens? Was it deities? Was it just some mastermind? Does he have a body, a physical body? Is it just a spirit, like an ethereal spirit that has cognitive reasoning abilities and creative power? I mean, something has to come from something. You can't have something coming from nothing. You know, you have to start with some basic principles, some basic elements before you can construct anything, before you can assemble anything. You have to have the materials for it. You have to bring them into existence. You know, you have to bring the lumber, the steel structures, the electrical components, the masonry, the clay, whatever you use for building materials. You have to have it. You have to have it ready for assembly before you can put it together. So you can't just build a house without the building materials, and you can't have the building materials unless you make the building materials. You have to create the building materials so you can build, so you can construct. So you see, it doesn't, this random this neo-Darwinian evolution stuff it really doesn't make any sense that you could have a highly complex, organized structure without an organizer, without a designer. Everything has to, anything that's designed has to have a designer. Any math has to have a mathematician. Any building has to have an architect. Anything made that's like an appliance or car has to have a manufacturer. You have to have some entity or people or persons that create it and make it. So yeah, we're not here by accident. We're here by design. We're purposely We're here for a purpose, too. So what is that purpose? Just to exist?